Ethan, a man of contradictions, a thief with a heart of gold. He dreamt of a life beyond crime. His crew, loyal and ruthless, lived for the thrill. They were a family bound by loyalty and danger. Their leader, Ethan, a master of deception. Ethan's eyes flickered with a hidden pain. He yearned for a different life, one filled with love and honesty. This heist, he promised himself, would be his last. He'd disappear into the anonymity of the crowd, start anew, leaving behind the shadows of his past. The target, the impenetrable city trust bank. The plan, intricate, daring, flawless. Ethan studied the blueprints, his mind a whirlwind of calculations. Every detail, every movement, meticulously planned. No room for error. The stakes were high, millions were at stake, but for Ethan, it was about more than money. It was about freedom, a chance at redemption. He pushed aside the guilt gnawing at his conscience. This was his last act. The bank bustling with activity, Ethan blended in, a wolf in sheep's clothing, his heart pounded with a mixture of fear and anticipation. Then he saw her, Sophia. Her eyes, a captivating shade of blue, held his gaze. Time seemed to stand still. The noise faded into the background. It was just him and her, their worlds colliding in that instant. Her innocence, a stark contrast to his darkness. He felt a pang of guilt, knowing he was about to shatter her world. The heist unfolded with precision. Tension crackled in the air. Ethan, maintaining his facade, couldn't shake off Sophia's gaze. Her fear was palpable, yet her eyes held a strange fascination. He tried to focus on the task at hand, but his thoughts kept drifting back to her. Those eyes reflecting the terror and a flicker of something else. Was it recognition or something more? Section 5, The Aftermath. The heist was a success. They were out, disappearing into the city's labyrinthine streets. The adrenaline faded, leaving behind a hollow victory. Ethan couldn't shake off the image of Sophia's terrified face. He'd gotten what he wanted, but at what cost? The guilt gnawed at him, sharper than ever before. He'd promised himself this would be his last job. Now he was more lost than ever. Section 6, A Secret Rendezvous. Days turned into weeks. Ethan couldn't get Sophia out of his mind. He found himself drawn back to the bank, like a moth to a flame. One rainy afternoon, their paths crossed again. This time it was no coincidence. Their conversation was strained, filled with unspoken tension. He, the thief, haunted by his actions. She, the victim drawn to her captor. They were an impossible pair, yet an undeniable connection sparked between them. Section 7, Shadows of Doubt. Their secret meetings became more frequent, stolen moments in a world that seemed determined to keep them apart. Ethan found solace in Sophia's company. She offered him a glimpse of the life he craved. However, his past cast a long shadow. Sophia, blinded by her feelings, ignored the warning signs. She saw the good in him, the man he could be. Ethan, torn between his love for her and his loyalty to his crew, began to unravel. Section 8, Yearning for Redemption. Ethan's desire to change grew stronger with each passing day. Sophia became his anchor, his beacon of hope in the darkness. He confessed his true feelings for her, his voice thick with emotion. He vowed to leave his old life behind, to be worthy of her love. Sophia, torn between her heart and her better judgment, made a decision that would change their lives forever. Section 9, The Sting. The crew grew suspicious of Ethan's change in behavior. They sensed his wavering loyalty. The pressure mounted, forcing Ethan to make a choice. Sophia, consumed by guilt and fear, contacted the police. The final heist was a trap. Sirens wailed as Ethan and his crew stormed the bank. He realized with a sickening feeling that he'd been betrayed. But by whom? The answer was a punch to the gut.